Hi there, and thank you for joining me this afternoon. My name is Lise Tabor, and I'm coming to you from Ontario, Canada. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. July is flying by. I can't believe that I don't even know what it is today, the 22nd of July. And in a couple of weeks, Stampin' Up! Is going to be launching the new Christmas holiday catalog. It comes live, I think, on August the 4th, if I'm not mistaken. And I can't show you the inside of it, but this is the outside of it. It's pretty nice. There are a few carryovers from last year's holiday catalog, which I'm really excited about as well. If you've placed an order with me within the past year, you will receive, I've had a copy sent to you by mail. And if you haven't received yours yet, or you're new to my channel and would like to have a copy of it, or the annual catalog, which is this one, if you haven't got one of these, and you live in Canada, feel free to get in touch with me and I'd be happy to get one in the mail for you. Or you can pick one up at my home or at my quilt shop in Coburg. If you would like to get your hands on any of the products you're going to see today, you can head over to Critters'n'Inc.com. And don't forget to use the host code when you place an order. If you use the host code when you place an order on my website, you will be entered into a draw at the end of the month for a gift from me, but you have to use the host code in order to be eligible for the draw. Now, if you place an order over 200, don't use the host code because Stampin' Up! Has Stampin' Rewards for you, and I'd rather you get those. And it's based on the amount of your order, and you can get free product. So today we're going to look at my July swap, which admittedly I was a little bit late getting into the mail. I finally got it into the mail last week, and I strive to get them out on the 1st, but it doesn't always happen. But anyway, so this is the card that I sent out for this month's blog. And I used this month's swap. Good grief. I think I have COVID head or something. And I used the Forever Fern stamp set and the Forever Flourishing dies. And I'm going to be actually using these two dies. So there's this is the green one, and then this little cute little one is this here. So I've started putting my dies on this. It's just a little plastic picture frame from the dollar store with a couple of strips of magnet, because I don't know about you, but I put my dies down on the table and then they're gone, never to be seen again until the next major cleanup. Anyway, so we're going to be using these two dies. And then I do have some other than my swap cards to send out. I have a friend who's quite ill, and I'm going to be sending her from the Positive Thoughts, Hugs, Prayers, and Love. And I have another one to send out to someone who is just going through a trying time right now. So I'm going to send this sentiment on one of the cards. And then there's always the Peaceful Moments has some fabulous sentiments too, which I've used on a couple of the cards that I actually sent out. I don't always send them out with the same sentiment, but you know, sometimes I'll throw a birthday in there if I know somebody's birthday's coming up or whatever. But the Peaceful Moments has some really beautiful sentiments as well. So we should get started. So to do this card, you're going to need your card base in it's falling apart, very vanilla. And then I had another piece of very vanilla that was 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and a piece of Pretty Peacock that is 2 1/2 by 5 1/2, and I'm going to emboss that with the one of the greenery embossing folders from the annual catalog. There you get two. I don't know if you can see that. No, not really. If I put this in here and see if you can see it. Yeah, that's better. So I'm actually going to use this one, but it comes with two little embossing folders that will actually fit in the mini cut and embossing machine that is coming out later this year. There's the other one. Little leaves. Cute, eh? So, but I'm going to use the more floral one today. And so these pieces are going to get embossed in here, like that. And then I've used the dies to cut out in the Pretty Peacock some of these little fern things. And also I cut out the fern in Vellum. I love Vellum. And then I also used the other die to cut out this little florally thing in the Vellum as well. Can you see that? Yeah, there you go. In the Vellum, and you can see that it even embosses a little bit. It's kind of cute. So this is a very simple, quick little card. I like simple and quick, but elegant. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take, now I'm going to be doing a few cards today. I think I have 5. Oh, what do I have here? 1, 2, 3. Yep. So I'm going to do 5 because I have a bunch of cards to send out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my my leaves on my background here. So I'm just going to, no, you know what? I think I'm going to put my sentiment on first because some of them are bigger than others. So I think I'll do that first, and then I'll work my flowers around that. I think that's probably a better idea. So I'm going to do 2 with the Hugs, Prayer, Love. That's straight. There's 1. Two. And then for the other, what's that one I was going to use? I'm going to use from this one, Thinking of You with All My Heart. I think I'll send this one to our niece, who isn't, she's doing a cancer battle right now, so I think I'll send this one to her. And maybe I'll do, got a couple of birthdays. I'll do a couple of birthdays. Whoa, did you see that? Whoa. So I'll just pop that right on there. There. Okay, get rid of those. And now I am going to do my leaves. Now I brought in my Stampin' Pierce mat because I don't want to get ink on my mat here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to randomly put a few of these up here. Just stamp one off. I'm going to try something. I'm going to do it in 3 stages. So dark, not so dark, and even lighter. Well, that looks nice. I think I'll do them all that way. I didn't do the original that way, but I really like that. Yeah, that looks pretty. So I hope this finds you well. The everyone I know has a bit of COVID head. I think you kind of get a little, starting to get a little bit squirrely. And now in Ontario, most of Ontario, there is a mask mandate where if you go out in public, you have to wear a face covering of some kind, which I think is very smart. And a long time coming, I think. All right, so we've got that. I'm going to get that out of the way because sure as heck I'm going to get some ink on something and get rid of this. And so now I'm going to take my pieces of Pretty Peacock and what did I, oh here it is. I'm just going to grab my Big Shot and we're going to emboss those 5 pieces. Yep, that works. Actually, I could use a little bit more resistance. I think I'm going to actually put a bit of a shim on top of there. Just even a piece of cardstock will probably do the trick. Yep. Just gives you that much more pressure. It's amazing how just a little, scrawny little piece of cardstock will make a difference. And there's our embossed piece. I'll do that again. I'm excited for the new die cut and embossing machine. As demonstrators, we get to pre-order on August the 4th, so I'm really excited. Not that I don't love my Big Shot, because I do, but I'm always up for a new toy. So I'm anxious to place my order on August the 4th. That's one of the bonuses of being a demonstrator, is that when you are a demonstrator and there's something new, you always get to pre-order all the new toys so that you have them ahead of everybody. So, if that's something that interests you, feel free to contact me and join up on my team. There's no pressure to do sales or have, events or anything like that. You can just become a discount shopper and immediately get 20% off everything that you buy. If that alone isn't enough enticement, I don't know what is. And then if the mood does move you to do, share it with friends and have classes and whatever, you're certainly welcome to do that. Yeah, just for the sake of sharing what you love. But yeah, you can, you can just be a discount shopper, get your 20% off, and get things in a pre-order a month ahead of everybody else and see what's new. Get to play with it, make your friends jealous. Okay, that's done. So now putting the card together is just really, really easy. So I'm going to get my card fronts, my bases here. And I'm just going to fold them. Grab my bone folder. So my card base is 8, sorry, what is it? 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4, which is half. And when you score it and you fold your card base, you can see here that there's like a little mountain and a valley. But you want the mountain on the inside. So when you fold it like this, the valley is on the outside. You just get a nicer fold for some reason. When you have the mountain on the inside, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's that. All right, so now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay my pretty peacock piece on top of all of my fronts. And I'm using my Tombow all-purpose glue for that because you could use the snail, but because it's bumpy, my personal preference is to use the liquid glue because it gets in the little nooks and crannies. I don't know if that's really a thing, but for me, psychologically, it works better. So, you know, whatever works better. And the liquid glue also allows you to have a little bit of, if you need to move things around a little bit, you can do that. And you don't need a lot. A little bit goes a long way. I had a really good chuckle today. My daughter posted a picture of our 9-month-old granddaughter dancing to some electric dance music. Oh my God, she was just really, really loving it. I literally laughed out loud. It was so stinking cute. It's a shame that they live so far away. And especially at a time like this where, because I work in a store during the week, I have a quilting shop. And I'm with people all the time, and my daughter and her husband and the baby are in a little bubble, so I don't really want to go too close to them and, you know, contaminate the baby. So on my original card, I actually didn't put this up on dimensionals, but I think I'm going to because I love dimensionals. So I'm just going to grab some. I thought I had them. Okay, I'm just going to put some. And I'm never stingy with my dimensionals, especially if I know something's going to go in the mail. Because, you know, when they run through the machine, they get a little bit squished. Now, if you had a lot of puffy things on your card, you might rethink how many layers of dimensional stuff you put on, because if it doesn't fit through the envelope slot at the post office, you're going to end up paying a little bit more postage, so that's always a consideration. But this, I think, will be fine. It's just one layer, really. It keeps threatening to rain out there today. I don't know. I'm looking out the window. There's a little bit of blue sky, but it's very cloudy everywhere else. Okay. Usually when I do a card, I never make just one. I usually make several of the same kind so that I can, you know, change the sentiment and then send out a bunch of cards. You know, they're the same, but they're not going to the same people and they have different sentiments on them. So I usually just make a whole pile of them at the same time. All right, so here's the happy birthday one. I'm just sort of centering this. Center, top, and bottom, but over to, oops, I'm a little crooked there. But over to the right a little bit. Okay. I was away at a cottage in Simcoe with my very dear friend and downline. She's part of my team. Last week my husband and I went for a few days and the weather was a bit crappy one day, so we actually just sat in the kitchen. I had brought a bunch of Stampin' Up stuff and we just made cards all day. It was fabulous. Okay, so now I'm going to use my mini glue dots. I'm going to separate my little flowers. And I'm just going to kind of lay the vellum behind and then have the green one up on top. So I'm just going to grab a glue dot. Now when you're gluing on vellum, because this is going to be covered with the green, I'm not too concerned about it, but if you were doing like a frame or something in vellum, you want to really be careful where you place your glue, because it'll show. It shows right through on the vellum. So you can see I have a couple of glue dots there, but they're going to be covered. I actually got a glue dot on me. Yeah, so we were up at Lake Simcoe making some cards and watching the storm out the living room window. It's pretty neat. There, and this is just gonna go kind of like that. And I think, where's my take a pic tool? I just had the darn thing. Oh, here it is. Oh, I lost my train of thought. So I'm just going to take my take a pic tool and I'm going to just go behind some of the greenery here and just glue that down, and that will help to also glue down the vellum. I'm just going to fold a little glue dot in half and lay it behind the leaf here and just pop that down like that. There, and that'll hold that. So we'll do the next one. There we go. All right, so for my little bows, I have the linen, what's it called? Braided linen, good Lord, braided linen trim. And I'm just going to make little bows out of it and then just stick them on with a glue dot. I love this trim, it's so beautiful. I wish it came in different colors. Like silver and gold for Christmas, that would be so pretty. Okay, and then put that there. It's amazing what a little ribbon or just a little bow will do for a card, eh? It's just that little finishing touch that you love. How many do I need? 4. 4 more. Okay, and there we are. The last one. All right, so I'll grab my glue dots. The thing about glue dots is that they stick to everything. Now, if you find that they're sticking out a little bit, you can just roll them on each other like that, so that you just get like a little pile of glue. They're sticky, but they're not slimy. You can just roll them over on themselves and it just sticks really well. You can see here it's sticking out a little bit. You don't really want that on your card, so I'm just going to roll that back. Otherwise it'll stick to the envelope and just generally be a pain in the rear. So roll it up a bit. Okay, last one. Okie doke. Oh, that's not a very good bow. Give that a little haircut. That's better. And now I'm going to use my shimmer dots, gold glitter enamel dots. I love these. I use them on pretty much everything. Going through them like crazy. Okay, and they come in, look at how many different sizes there are. It's just amazing. Oh, I got a little mini one, look at that. Okay, I'm just gonna grab a stick one up there. This does not want to come off. Okay. I love these, they're so pretty. And they just fill in the little gaps, make it pretty, make it finished. Put a big one on one of them. Okay, almost finished. And there we are. Beautiful, beautiful. So in the inside, I just took that floral again and just did a little quick stamp with that. So I'm going to bring that back out. Now if you use the thick vanilla, very vanilla, you won't need to put an inner piece for the card, like an inner lining, if you will, for the card. And I didn't use the thick very vanilla, I'm out of it, so I'm just going to grab some very vanilla that are 5 by 4 1/4. No, 5 1/4. Sorry, 4. Good grief, 5 1/4 by 4. And I'm just going to grab my mat again because I want to stamp off and just have a lighter version on the inside. And because I'm sending these out as notes, I'm not going to put a sentiment on the inside because I'm going to handwrite a little note to whoever's getting them. But this will finish it off quite nicely. And then I'm also going to use the same stamp to embellish my envelopes. How many have I got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all I needed. And then my envelopes. Same thing. I am going to, actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp on the front of my envelope. I'll do it on this side because there's no wet ink on this side. Or sorry, on the flap of my envelope. So what I have is just a piece of paper under here so that it doesn't get on the back of the envelope while I'm stamping. And there I've embellished the back of the envelope. Isn't that pretty? So I'll actually just grab a piece of regular paper. And I'll just do it that way. I'm just going to stick that in there. And I actually have this under here because I am going to go off. There. That's really inky. I'm going to let that dry for a second. Look at what I did. There, nearly done. Last one. There, perfect. Okay, and we'll just put our cards together. Just going to center that in there. Quick little card. I'll get this out of here so I don't get ink all over everything. I'm notorious for getting little inklets all over the place. See? Ink. Okay. Oh my God, I can't get anything straight. There we go. And there we have it, one more. I'll redo another insert for that one since I managed to get big ink smudge on it. And there we have it. There's our cards. So this is my July swap. I've sent out my swaps, and I've just made some more to send out to some friends and family who probably could use a card. So I'd like to thank you for joining me today. This was fun for me. I hope it was fun for you. And I'm so grateful that you took a few minutes of your day to spend with me. And I'd really like it if you would give me a subscription. Click on the subscribe button down here, as well as a thumbs up. That really helps me. I'm trying to build my brand, and so that really helps me, and I appreciate your support. Thanks again for joining me. Have a great afternoon, and I hope the weather stays nice for you.